Hi, welcome to this video class. Here, this is Pravina to teach you class 6 science lesson 5 separation of substances. In the last video, we have discussed that why there is a need in separation of substances. The reason is that so as to remove the unwanted particles from a mixture or so as to separate the useful components from a mixture. So it is for that purpose to remove the unwanted component or to remove or to separate a useful component from a mixture. So here in this video you are going to learn what are the different ways of separation of substances. So the methods of separation. Then how do we separate substances mixed together if they have so many properties? As the properties of a substance such as some are soluble, some are heavier in weight, some of them are lighter in weight. So based on their property, each one of the substance have got a different properties. So what are the methods used to separate these substances? So here is our first method of separation, that is hand picking. So mostly this is a common view at your home. Might you have observed your mother while cooking for the food. First, before that, she take a rice grains in a plate or on a pan and try to separate the unwanted components from the mixture. So that method is usually preferred when there is lesser concentration of unwanted particles. So during that process, in the sense when there is the proportion of the unuseful component in a mixture, then this method of hand picking is being mostly opted. So the method of hand picking can be used for separating slightly large sized impurities like the pieces of dirt, stones and husk from wheat, rice or pulses. So here in the picture you are seeing that where in the pulses or in the rice grains where the impurities such as stones are being separated out from the mixture. So this process of separating the impurities from a mixture is done through a process known as hand picking, and in the hand picking can be done only when the proportion of unwanted materials are in lesser concentration. So this method is being preferred. Yes, and the second method is known as threshing. So why this method is being used? For what purpose is this method used? So you might have seen that farmers they just lay bundles of stock after the process of harvesting in the farmland, and they just expose them to the sun so that they dry enough. So here the grains which are present to this stalk, they are larger in number. So how can we separate these grains from the stalks? Whether for a paddy or wheat, the stalks consist of grains. So how are these grains separated from the stalk? So as to separate the guava or mango, what do? We just pluck the fruit. So is that plucking method possible to separate the grain from the stalk? Here each stalk consists of some hundreds of grains. So is it possible for us to separate each grain by plucking? No, it's not possible for us. So a method which is known as threshing is being used here to separate the grain from the stalk. So these stalks after harvesting, they just make them into bundles, and they just are laid down on the ground so as to expose them to the sun, so they get dried out. So after that, each bundle is being taken into the hands and it is beaten against the hard surface so that the grain is being removed from the grain gets separated from the stalk. So that process is known as threshing, which is mostly used to separate the grains of wheat and paddy. So here the process that is used to separate grain from stalk is called as threshing. Whereas in case of hand picking, that is used to remove the unwanted particles when their concentration is very less, and that too mostly in the solid particles. And whereas in case of threshing, so as to separate the grain from the stalk, the bundles of stalks are being heated against a hard surface so that the grains get separated from the stalk. So this process is known as threshing. So it is done by the humans, or even bullocks are also used for the threshing process. And nowadays, so you can see in the picture, nowadays most probably when there is a vast area of agricultural land area, so machines are also used to separate the grain from stalk. Yes. And the next, third process of separation of substances is winnowing. So when is this winnowing process done? So here winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air. For this you can do an activity. You just try to collect some sand from the ground and also add some chalk powder, crushed chalk powder to the sand, or you may even use sawdust. So that it is light in weight. So try to just take a mixture of sand, and also in that try to add sawdust. Take them on a paper and try to stand on a higher platform, as the picture you are seeing. See, so here how the lady is winnowing the grains and husk. So in this process, stand on a high platform and you just tilt the paper slowly vertically downwards, so that the heavier particles, you can see that the heavier soil particles get gathered on the platform, whereas the sawdust, which is light in weight, is just blown away by the wind. So that process is known as winnowing. So after the process of threshing, that is once the grains are being separated from the stalk, so the grains which are being collected consists of heavier lighter particles of husk. So that husk has to be separated from the grains. So here it is done by the process which is known as winnowing. So this method is commonly used by farmers to separate lighter husk particles from heavier seeds of grain. So a lady here you can see in the picture where she is standing on a high platform, and in the shade that she is taken, it consists of both grains and the husk. So when it is tilted vertically downwards, you can see that the heavier particles of grains get gathered near the platform, and the lighter husk particles are being blown away by the wind. So this process is known as winnowing. So in the process of winnowing, lighter husk particles are being separated out. Yes. And the next process of separation is sieving. So might your mother wanted to prepare chapati for the dinner. So for that, before preparing for that, what does she do? Mostly she just take the flour into a sieve, and just she'll just sieve the sieving, so in such a way that the fine flour particles, they just pass through holes of the sieve, while the bigger impurities which still remain in the flour, they remain on the sieve. So sieving is used when components of mixture have different sizes. In the sense, the flour even consists of some stones or some impurities, or even some bran which is left over in the flour. So for that, so as to separate that unwanted particles during the process of sieving, where all the impurities just settled over the remain on the sieve, whereas the fine flour particles, they just pass on through the holes of the sieve and they are being collected. So sieving also is a process which is most commonly seen at homes, and also you can see in a flour mills while the grains are being floored. So what do that people do is that they just keep all these grains over a slanting sleeve, so that all the impurities gets collected which are being settled above the sieve, and all the pulses get gathered towards the base. So that is done through the process of sieving, where the impurities are being separated. Okay, so the four different processes, such as hand picking, threshing, winnowing, and sieving. So these are the four different methods of separation of substances. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.